became a feminist. She turned out to be a feminist and started doing things for women. Not because that is what it is right to do, because she was angry for her mother. She was angry on her mother because she formed a core belief that I am not important enough because I am a girl. Throughout her life, she kept seeing incidents through this mind frame that I am not important enough because I am a girl. I am not important enough because I am a woman. So she started doing things to raise womanhood, but she did it out of anger and frustration on the world, thinking the world is is doing injustice to women. Let's move to the second story. Let's analyze the first story a little later. Let's move to the second story. The second story is of a kid. The child goes to his father and asks, "Father, these toys are not enough. I need more toys." And the father says, "Darling, it is very hard to earn a living, and money doesn't grow on trees." So that is all the father said. Do you know, fast forward 20 years later, the kid finds it very hard to earn promotions. The kid is surrounded by debt. He doesn't know how to handle money. And these are two real life incidents. Do you know what happened in these two incidents? Early on in your age, when we are kids, we start forming beliefs, core beliefs about relationships, about money, about God, about our health. All these things we start forming relationships, and it starts from one singular thought. It starts from one thought which says, I am not good enough. Money is hard to earn. I am not loved. Life isn't fair to me. These are all thoughts that we form as kids, and we keep repeating the same thoughts again and again throughout our lives. That is how we form our core beliefs. That is how we form our own lives. So the first incident is as example of Atma pramana, the beliefs that we form because from our own experience, from our own thing. We will not verify. We will not verify it is true or false. These beliefs can be either right or wrong, but we do not stop and verify because we are kids. So those beliefs are what we called Atma pramana. And there is second set of beliefs which we inherit from the society, from our parents, and those beliefs are what we call Sakshi pramana. From, from our views, we inherit our beliefs. From the people we love, from the society, we inherit those beliefs. Those are called Sakshi pramana. And the incidents from which we form those beliefs are called root incidents. And these beliefs are what we call our core beliefs. Do you understand why we have to question these beliefs? Because throughout the life, we start seeing these incidents through the same filter. Every time your boss gives you a promotion, let's say your boss belongs to a particular community, and we have formed a certain belief in life that people from that community are very egoistic. So now the boss gives you a promotion or asks you to come and work in his team. You stop working in that promotion, or you make something to mess your job because you have your belief that the people from that community are not very friendly to work with or not very friendly to move around day to day. That is how these core beliefs work. They form patterns within us. And every time a situation comes up, we do the same thing again and again. We react out of fear, we react out of greed, we react out of all our negative emotions because these are our limiting beliefs. These are what we call our limiting beliefs. They don't allow us to grow. When over a period of time, they harden within us and they become our principles. That is what our life principles become. We do not stop and verify. We do not experiment with our beliefs. We just say, yes, this is right, this is wrong, and that is how we form our principles. There are certain type of beliefs which are called uplifting beliefs. Let's say if your mother says there is always God to help us, yeah, there is always cosmos to help us. Again, these are uplifting beliefs. They help you because they give you enough energy to go about in your life. But even then, it is important to question your uplifting beliefs, because sometimes uplifting beliefs will not allow you to grow. For example, this is a very controversial topic. Let's say you take your mother says there is always God to help you around, because even in your tough times you go about believing that God is always there to help me, God is always there to help me. It helps you navigate those situations. Yeah. Now, do we stop and question whether there is God to help us? Do we stop to question, experiment? Do we try and connect with those frequencies? Do we try to learn from those masters? Learn, because you have to take gods as your masters and learn from them. Do you try to learn from the gods as your masters? Because no, you stop and you always believe God is there to help me out. Even if I am doing wrong, God is there to help me out. Even if I don't take responsibility, God is there to help me out. Because that is our belief. We don't, because we are very stern in our beliefs. If someone question our beliefs, we get very angry. That is where we can confirm they are our beliefs. Yeah. Devotion is something else. It is entirely different. We are very open to questions. There is nothing right and wrong about it. But beliefs are something else, because we get very angry when some people question our beliefs. We do not have a logic behind it. We do not experiment on them. We straight out go on full on fight mode with them. We go to any extreme to prove we are right. So that is how you know they are beliefs and they are not helping us. It is why it is very important to question them. And how do you question them? You need enough energy and enough awareness to identify. The first step goes on in identifying those beliefs. Because when an incident happens, the first reaction we observe is our emotion. The first thing that comes out is our emotion. We do not stop and see where those emotions come from, because it is a very subtle thought. It is a very subtle thought that will run that fast. I'm not good enough. I'm not being loved. I don't deserve money. It is a very subtle thought and it runs very fast in our minds. And immediately it creates an emotion of fear, emotion of greediness, all the negative emotions come up. We'll be able to observe these emotions, but we will not be able to catch these thoughts behind them. So, you need a lot of awareness and a lot of energy to observe and question them. So, because it is underlined the statement, because whatever we manifest comes out of our belief. Whatever we manifest doesn't come out of our thoughts. You may think I am working hard, so I deserve a promotion. You may think I am giving enough love, so I deserve to be loved. You may think all those things. You may think I deserve, but Cosmos doesn't manifest what you deserve. It manifests only your beliefs. It manifests what what your emotion is. So it is very important to question them, and you need a lot of energy to rewrite your beliefs, or at least neutralize your beliefs, or at least to form new beliefs. So that is why meditation comes in handy. Meditation gives you enough energy, and it tells you to detach from a situation. Let's say it helps you detach from a situation a minute or two to see what is running in your mind. So meditation comes in handy. So that is why it is very important life tool to teach children to meditate. And to children, do not listen to what you say. They observe and learn. So it is why it is important to start from you to change the society. That is why they say it is important to start from us, and that is how we change a society. You understand? I think I have 3 to 4 more minutes for any questions. I will take one question and after that we can go into meditation. Any questions?
Namaste, Master. I have one quick question.
Yes.
Like you just mentioned about the belief system, it's a wonderful explanation. And I just want to know, like, it's very common every time we think, okay, God will take care. God will take care. So how we can rectify that belief? Because it doesn't mean that we're doing wrong, but even though everything we just put on to the God, like said,
Mm,
okay, God will take care. My luck, okay, God will take care of my luck.
mm.
So how we can improve, how we can like rectify, how we can rewrite our belief system. Can you explain
Yes.
about?
Yes. So our parents usually tell us God will take care, and we form those opinions God will take care because during the difficult times of life, you need something to put your burden down. Put your burden down and go about day to day work. Yeah. So it helps you to a certain extent. It helps you to a certain extent, but beyond that, beyond that, you have to know. There is something called believing, and there is something called knowing. When you go to a knowing phase, that is where you strongly manifest God within you. To do that, you have to design experiments. Suppose, let's say, I'm afraid today. I have designed this experiment. Yeah, this is from my own personal experience. I'm always afraid of few things. Let's say I have a fear that my baby is going to get sick. Yeah, this is my fear that always runs into my mind. So I have heard that Hanuman helps with my fears. He gives you strength, bravery. So when I sit in meditation, after I finish my meditation, I try to connect with Hanuman. Yeah, I try to connect with Hanuman and see if there is a connection. And I have observed few times. Yes, Hanuman connects sometimes and teaches me where my emotions. It comes up where this fear has started. Yeah, it comes up as a flash or a vision for me. This is my personal experience where this fear has started and why it is just a fear. Yeah, so like that you have to design your own experiments. You have to connect with God to learn from them. So instead of just praying and believing yes God is there or God is not there, after meditation I suggest sit and connect with some form of God or some form of energy, because they are all energy forms, right? Connect with them and learn from them. Yeah, if there is anything, they'll teach you. If you are very determined to break this belief, Cosmos helps you break it, because Cosmos keeps throwing you situations to break these beliefs. But from our own traditional belief, what we have, we take it and we see it only through our lens. Yeah, we see it through our lens and we again make our belief stronger. So it is not enough to make our belief stronger. After meditation, sit and connect. Connect with gods and see if they are working out for you. If they are not working out for you, then it is not your truth. It may be other people's truth, but it is not your truth. Yeah. So connect with them and learn from them. That is how I did it.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Swathi. I have another question.
Yes, yes,
Just
please.
now mentioned about your third eye experience. Could you please explain what exactly it is and what's your experience?
Okay. Okay. I used to have this fear, constant fear. My elder one is very thin. Yeah, he is very lean. He follows a growth chart, but he's very thin. So I always used to have this fear whether he is malnourished, whether I am giving him enough. It is a very strong fear as a mother. When you are a mother, you will know it. So it is a very strong fear. So one day I decided, no, this fear is eating me out. So I'm going to sit and see what is happening. So after my meditation, I was in this for a few days. I was in this mode for a month or so. I decided, no, it is not helping me out. So I'll sit and see what is it. I got a vision of my kid being a sadhu in his previous life. Yeah, he was a sadhu in his previous life, and he was in bare bones, and there was nothing covered on his chest, and he was very bare, and I could visibly see all his bones. But he was very healthy. He had very good glow about him, and he was meditating. So immediately I realized that is who he is. Okay, he is not going to put on so much weight. He is not going to follow my norms. He's going to be healthy because I'm going to take care of him, but I need not be afraid because that is who he is. So this was my one of my third eye experiences which make me break my fear. So yes.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So whenever you get time, whenever you are alone, can you please sit with yourself and identify all the core beliefs you have about your life, about the relationship, about money, about God, about your health, about wealth, about a particular community, whatever may be your core beliefs, can you please note them down? That is your first stage. That is the first stage, identifying your beliefs. Only then you'll be able to work on them. Yeah, when you have time, introspect and please sit with yourself.